Okay, Sarah, where are we?
The Mediterranean.
Yeah, this is the Mediterranean Sea, that's right. What's special about the Mediterranean? Lots of Bible stories, one of which is Jonah.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I know you have. And of course, the thing about Jonah I want to mention is that most people don't believe. My son-in-law did his thesis on what seminary professors believe, and of all the miracles we read in the Bible, it's the one they said they believe the least.
What?
That's right. And so think about it, just the nature, you know, a man being swallowed by a, we always want to say, not whale, but great fish, because the Bible says what? Fish.
Yeah, fish.
Is fish, yeah. Not a great, doesn't say whale. The whale thing comes from Matthew 12, where Jesus mentioned Jonah being swallowed by a whale, but that's only because it's a bad translation.
Oh,
that comes from the 1500s in the Douay-Rheims, the King James from the 1600s, and so there it says whale. And revisions of those translations have whale. Okay. But no translation in the last 400 years has said whale, they all says fish. The funny thing is, I now believe it's a whale. What? I went along with the idea it could not have been a whale because a whale has a throat about the size of a fist. And because whales are not found in the Mediterranean. I'd heard that, read that, and one book, in fact, says it's the greatest scientific error Jesus ever made to say that Jonah was swallowed by a whale. He didn't, because the Greek there is not the word whale. In fact, I believe it was a whale. I'll tell you why. I just learned this recently. There's one variety of whale. There's about 90 different kinds of whales, but there's one, the sperm whale, that is in the Mediterranean and does have a huge throat. It could easily swallow a man. They found a giant squid in one.
Oh my gosh.
Much, much larger than a man. In fact, the total length of some of these things is over 40 feet.
Wow.
And it's so special in this way too. It has a stomach that has 4 chambers. One of those chambers is basically a thick wall muscle.
Okay.
And so he could swallow Jonah. He could be inside that chamber, no gastric juices. It uses it just to crush big things like squids to pass it to the next chamber. And so I really believe it was a sperm whale that took in Jonah and then deposited him somewhere likely near here. He got on at Joppa.
Okay.
Joppa was the port. Joppa is not much of a port today in Israel because it's not deep right there, so you don't have big ships there. But deposited him somewhere near here, and from here he had to go to Nineveh. Now there's so much else about this story I want to tell you, but those are some basic facts to start with.
Thank you. I don't know, like
Thank
great.
You. Okay.